You are literally copying my homework right now.
I don't know what you're talking
But he was
You're
vaguely
talking
trying to
about
make it
it.
different.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Response on Play. My name is James, and we're here having a bit of a pizza party. And with me, I've got
Steph, and I believe mushroom belongs on every pizza.
I'm Jake, and mushroom's a hell of a lot better than pineapple.
Brian, just hold the anchovies.
Andrew, pizza's alright.
Where do I put the anchovies?
the audio may sound a little bit different on this one. We're doing something a little bit different. We actually are eating pizza, but we're here in person, everybody except for Brian, trying out something a little different. Maybe we'll be able to do some live style podcasts in the future. This is kind of just like a test. So if the audio is a little bit different, that's going to be why. We do have a few things to go over. Some new information came out with the abandoned errata, and then also some erratas to some of the new cards. And then Brian actually had his pre-release already, which we've not been able to do yet, so we'll kind of talk to him a little bit about that. Starting off real quick, though, with the abandoned erratas, no actual bans or erratas to the standard right now. There was a rule change, though, to the way Unique works. Initially, you have to choose which Unique card you blew up, which allowed people to play more than one copy and use those effects multiple times. Now, the rule states that while this card is in your stage, if there are 2 or more copies, you sacrifice the copy that was most recently added. And in regards to that, with pause conditions and face down cards, if you were to unflip and have 2 unique cards in your stage, the unflipped copy would be the one that got destroyed. So they did write a little bit about why they're making that change. It says, with this new rule, when additional copies of the unique cards are built, player no longer chooses which cards to sacrifice. The sub-item on the pause condition will also cover the occurrence that happens when a card is unflipped that's not being added to the stage at the time of the game event unflipping. From a designer standpoint, Unique is a tool that we use with the intent of making it very difficult to activate the abilities on a card in more than once a turn. The reality is the unique keyword, as it is a small inconvenience for most decks. Oftentimes, the destroy clause of Unique actually helps you create pathways to multiple activations. Throughout the game's long history, players have found ways to circumvent the intended limitations of unique cards, like True Identity and Clandestine Research. Found some incredibly powerful play patterns by inching around the limitations of Unique. We don't want to completely remove our players' ability to find creative ways in deck building to powerful leverage cards, but we do want to make it so circumventing Unique specifically is more challenging. We also wanted to implement a fairly straightforward rule adjustment that keeps most of the original functionality of the Unique rule. We don't take decisions lightly, but we believe this is the right time to make the adjustment for the long-term benefit of the game. Thoughts?
Prayers?
Okay, now, can you explain that to someone who's 5 years old, who also hasn't been listening for the past 5 minutes?
Yeah, because we understand.
Yeah.
But for somebody in the audience who might not really understand what all that word salad means.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm a member of the audience.
Sure.
What did that mean?
Do you want me to explain it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, the normal rule would be you play a unique card. We'll just name a unique card. Splinter. Splinter is a unique card. And then you play another copy of Splinter. And it would come down. And you would get to choose which copy to keep. Whenever it got built in at the same time. Whenever you saw 2 of that same card that's supposed to be unique. The new rule says you don't get to choose. You lose the newest one.
Okay, I see. So what I'm hearing is that people would have their one card that they use all of their effects on, so it's tapped or whatever, or frozen or whatever else, and then they would try to play another unique card, and they could say, well, I don't want this card anymore, right?
Yeah, so you can think of it like one thing that would happen was with Tarion and Cabal's Ruin. It would say -1 speed. Well, you can only do that once per attack. But Tarion could build in Cabal's Ruin. So you could use the +1 speed, build in a new one, and since it's a new card, you can use it again.
Okay.
But that's not allowed anymore. The one that you build in would blow up, and you still would not be able to double up on the enhance.
Okay, so they're making it less powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yes.
cheating. They're reducing some of those ways to get extra effects.
Yeah, and there's also another, I think, a really relevant card right now, Moment of Normalcy.
Mhm.
You could use it offensively, like like if they barrier shield the speed of your attack, you can then say, well, it's back to printed speed, so it's a bit harder for you to block. Now, when I go to build, I'll build a Normalcy. I'll blow up Normalcy to keep this one. So I basically untap Normalcy.
Yeah, and there's also what is that? The military airship. It's a
Mhm.
foundation, or it's a not foundation. It's an asset
Asset.
that is unique. But when you tap it to pick something up from your card pool, it freezes itself. So if you play another one, you can just go, oh well, I'm going to get rid of the one that's frozen. Now next turn I have access to military airship again.
Okay, that makes sense, and that sounds really powerful. So I understand why they did this.
It was quite good. It was a way to kind of skirt the line of unique. But it was pretty good for a handful of cards, especially with these new unique cards that we have. It's like, oh yeah, that's very good. It's very strong.
And that's really all they had with the ban and errata announcement. Goodness, excuse me.
You bit too hard into the pizza.
You get a jalapeno in there, James?
No, I just
Pizza attacked him.
Yeah.
Hit attack.
The pizza bit back.
They did say that they were keeping an eye on backups and everything. They said coming off of the Louisville Regional, where backup-centric gameplay saw their first time in the limelight, and the release of the upcoming booster set TMNT, we believe there's more to see with players bringing that format rather than to take immediate action against that particular strategy. That they've seen, large versions of the game plans and different kind of metas recently, and so they're looking to see how all of that changes, especially with TMNT. So there's no actual bans or erratas to any cards, just the change to unique. Now, they did errata some of the TMNT cards for kind of like a day one errata that was missing some keywords or some text, or maybe just to clarify it a little bit. There are
True.
quite a few of these cards. Ones that we actually talked about previously are Leo's Katana and Donnie's Bowstaff. Those are now errata to have the weapon keyword, so they can be picked up with Gifts of Splinter.
Nice.
For
Um,
sure. Which that actually helped me in my my pre-release.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was playing, I had opened a copy of Leo's Katana and also had the promo one, and I was playing Leo, and I opened one copy of Gifts from Splinter, and I was able to basically mill the first one and get it built in, and then when the second one showed up, flip Gifts of Splinter, put it in my hand, and build it, and go, cool, I get two of them now. But I would not have been able to do that because it was not a weapon until they said that.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Funny.
I thought it was awkward to begin with to have these weapon cards not have the weapon keyword. Like it was just weird.
All right. Now they did change a couple other things. It looks like some of the cards had incorrect reminder text for both deflect and unique, so they kind of have some reminder here to show what the actual correct usage for those are. Other actual cards. The first one is Stun Baton Thrust. Previously, it read after you play this this attack's stun ability, it gets plus X speed and plus X damage, where X is the combined printed difficulty of the foundations that were stunned. And it now reads: after your rival commits one or more foundations due to this attack's stun ability, it gets plus X plus X. Basically, just changing the timing window for how the response works there. No actual functional change. It still kind of does the same thing. It just changes the window of the response. We also had Genghis Frog, Temperamental Toad. Its old errata, or its old was just your attacks get plus 3 damage, and now states while this card is in your stage, your attacks get plus 3 damage. So just kind of a little bit of clarification. It doesn't add. Basically, the main thing is it doesn't add damage from the discard pile and card pool, things like that. Kamikaze robots also got a bit of an errata. Originally, form flip. Add one ready foundation of Mechazoid from your stage to your card pool face down as a mid attack with +2 speed and +2 damage. It now says all the same, except it ends with and add it to the attack stack. So just a little bit of a change up there to clarify how it was. It says here that this ability was always intended to turn Mechazoid into an attack that your rival has to deal with in some manner, be that blocking it, reducing its damage, or simply accepting that damage. This clears up the confusion of the attack entering into the attack sequence. And that is really it for all of the erratas and everything. Everything else should work as printed from your sets. So speaking of getting some of those cards and reading them as printed, Brian, you said you recently went and did one of the pre-releases. When was that? Who'd you play? How'd it go?
So on Friday, my location did the pre-release. I played Leo, as I kind of spelled out there with playing double Leo's katana. It was really cool. We played against the actual PvE boss, which I think the rules are just on the website, and we probably will link them again, like we did last week.
It was Mega Mutant, right?
Yeah, it's a Mega Mutant.
Megamind.
Yeah, Megamind. And we played a 7-man pod against it. So it was a gigantic, mega, if you will, Mega Mutant. Because I think it had 210 health or something like that.
Oh wow!
It had a lot to chew through.
Wait, you had 7 people show up for your pre-release?
Yes.
That's pretty good because I know you've talked before about not being able to like make the tournaments at that store, right? So it seems like
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Mostly these pre-release and stuff have usually made. It's the other stuff that doesn't have anything going on. It's the regular weekly that's been so hard to get people to show up for.
Gotcha. Did you see any new faces? Like, did it look like tournament or TMNT brought some people in, or was it kind of the usual?
Well, we know that 2 people basically bought the pre-release, but they did not play. They came in at some point, got their pre-release stuff, and left before I had got there. I do not know if they were going to play or if they just wanted some TMNT stuff to own TMNT stuff, which would be fine if that's how they wanted to be. But no, everybody I'd seen, I'd met before playing the game in some way. Some of them go to the another store on Mondays, and then some of them are just not able to come out every Friday, and we're able to just make this one. But yeah, it was really fun. We had 2 Rocksteadies, 2 Wingnuts, a Mikey. I was playing Leo, and another guy was playing Bishop. And yeah, like it was a really cool time. Bishop giving speed to everything just said that the agility number never mattered. We got to do however much damage we wanted to do, unless we were actively trying to get our attack blocked. And yeah, I mean, we just slammed out big damage. He hurts for sure. We were one bad set of turns away from basically all dying when we won.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
like. Oh, go ahead.
does he have? I'm pretty sure one of the attacks that Mega Mutant has. It's a throw, isn't it? Like, doesn't he have a throw?
One of his activation turns whatever attack he does as retaliation into a throw. Like the next one he does.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Like it says,
Right.
I think it's specifically retaliate against the lowest health individual. This attack is a throw.
Which that's very mean. It's like I understand you're low health, but I'm about to throw you across this freaking.
Which
city.
we then that happened to our Mikey, who had only had like 12 health at the time. And we were just like, okay, well, what can we do to stop that? Because like he can't. It was a 7 high for 7 coming at him, and we're just like,
Oh, wow.
I don't think we can put him to 5 because we're about to get the end of turn retaliation, and there's no way he blocks the end of turn one. So luckily one of the Wingnuts had a -5 damage. The one that goes face down into the card pool.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
And so they were able to turn it into a 2 damage throw. He went to 10, and then he just had to tank it, and he's like, whatever the next one is, it can't kill me because the way the activation or the end of turn activation goes is just he had like I think the biggest attack is like an 8 damage move
Yeah,
from his
so
flip
like you would have
side.
enough health to survive.
Yeah, so he had 3 going into that last turn, and then like I had 9. Bishop had like 6 or something like that. Both rock steadies were like 13 or 14. Like we were all basically on the back end of what was going on there. Um, he has a it has a cool activation where it targets the person with the most foundations, and then says, "Hey, I'll give my next attack that much damage. How many foundations do you have?" Um, and yeah, that was pretty scary. Those were when those happened. He's like, yeah, we gotta block that, I guess. Let's give some minus speed to our friends so that they can put a card in front of it, or someone else can.
Right.
But yeah, it was really cool. The flipping in the middle was really cool. I don't know if we had played it in like hard mode with it being on the transformed like stronger end the whole time. Uh, we probably would have lost.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask about because yeah, this one flips. Did this one play any differently than the previous like PVE stuff that we've done together?
Um, I mean, at its most functional, like at bare bones, no, it plays the same idea of just like it gets attacked, you do this thing. Um, it definitely attacks back pretty hard. Even on its unflipped side, a lot of its moves were 6 speed, 5 damage, 6 speed, 6 damage kind of moves. And then a lot of the retaliations or end of turn things were retaliate. What is it? There was one that was like everybody commits a foundation. That one's like was the least awful. Like after the first time that happened, the second and third times after it happened, we were just like, oh, thank God, he's not attacking us. I'll commit a foundation. We're great.
Gladly take a foundation over
Done.
getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah, basically, I don't want an 8 damage move coming my way. He has one where it's he attacks like the highest health individual, I think it is. And if it's not blocked, everybody loses 2 health. Like everybody else burns for 2. And so those were really rough early. We were like, we kind of need to block those. We have 2 7-hand size characters that can't afford to accidentally lose an attack's worth of health and then have to probably eat a real attack at the end of our turn.
Right.
So
What you said the backside is kind of like the hard mode. What changes there?
so I'm trying to remember exactly what changed. I know all the attacks got bigger. His I want to say his activations kind of just went like got supercharged. I think he made us commit 2. He had the new throw one that was only on his backside. Attack the lowest and it becomes a throw. Was on his transformed side. And then he has a thing where he has a static on both sides where it says if you've played the same attack zone, so if the previous attack against it was the same attack zone, it sets the speed to 0. So like if you play a high and then I play a high right after you, my attack is at 0 speed to start with. And he keeps that, and then he gains health whenever a pizza card is played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gains 1, I think. That didn't really matter in the pre-release. There just was not enough pizza cards to care. And kind of just in general, by the time that happened, we were like, oh, well, we've kind of played our whole deck, so we just won't play the pizza cards that might show up if there are any left.
I feel like that could be said for just regular play as well for the pizza cards. Like, there's probably just not enough pizza cards for the pizza cards that matter.
True. Big if true.
True if big.
Actual and factual. But yeah, the whole thing was really cool. like I said, Bishop being able to give speed was really neat. I kind of wish, even though Leo was super fun, I had opened a Wrath, and there was a world where I was supposed to just play Wrath. Not because Leo's bad. I think Leo would have been really good if we didn't have a Bishop on the team. Because of Leo's response being anytime an attack is blocked. And then every single attack Mega Mutant that didn't beat the agility threshold is blocked, and then he gets those responses. And he just gets to slam out 1,000,000 damage on his own, or give an extra damage to undo a little bit of his of the damage mitigation thing by giving those attacks 1 damage.
Does Raph say this attack gets the damage?
Raph says this attack gets plus or minus speed equal to attacks in card pool. So when I get my 1 enhance on the retaliation turn where he attacks everybody, I get to go, cool, my 1 enhance is -3 speed so that you guys can block. And I'm the only one that's going to take a hit because I'm the only one that can't block. Unless someone's blocking for me. Because
Right,
I'll
but
throw
for
out
the-
3 or 4 attacks and then
The
minus
back style thing too, where you're like, well, I'll pitch my hand to give your attack damage. I'll pitch my hand to give your attack damage. Does it say this or yours?
I think he says your.
Mm.
I can actually look real quick. I do not remember for sure.
The Garrow is busting out their devices like, let's find this out.
Click, click, clack, clack, clack.
Yeah, it's
click.
your Fury attack.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But yeah, but
Not
his
quite as
set.
busted as Zach's.
No, it would not have been as crazy as that. But it would have been very useful to basically make it so that everybody else probably gets to play the game for longer. If we were in that zone, it would have meant that I've been giving a bunch of speed as well, just like the Bishop was. So we wouldn't have necessarily needed it. I don't know which of the two is probably better. I definitely got to slam out a bunch of damage and then go, okay, well, it's not quite 10. Bishop, please give me speed so that I can hit it for full damage and just make sure I don't get retaliated. I'll just stop at 9.
So did you guys only do the PvE event for the pre-release, or did you have a normal pre-release on top of this PvE?
We just did the PvE because once we finished that, because there were 7 of us all fighting the one, it was like 9:30 or something like that.
Okay.
And we started at like 7. So
okay, so it was just you guys just did that.
Yeah, we just did that. I think that's what we're gonna do for our pre-release later today as well.
Okay, so did everyone like that approach? Was everyone more a fan of that than the traditional 6-pack sealed?
I mean, I can't speak for everybody, obviously. Everybody had fun, so I think in that way, yes, it was a big success. I would have been happy to do either because I like playing sealed product into sealed product. I think it's fun to build a not optimized deck and play into someone else's non-optimized deck and just kind of see who figured it out a little bit better or maybe just got a little bit luckier, just like a little bit better luck. And just like, oh, well, I had it and you didn't. But it definitely was, it is really cool. I do know on our one today, we're not going to be playing a 7-man pod if we end up with 7 people. Like,
no, that sounds crazy.
It was a little crazy. It was a little hectic. Also, there was just like a lot of downtime where if you didn't have anything to do to your opponent's attack or your allies' attacks, basically, I mean, 6 other people had to play, and the boss has to play before it becomes your turn again. And so you just kind of are sitting there for a while, which I didn't mind. I was just sitting there vibing, going, "Oh, hey, they're doing that. That's cool. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, they opened one of those. That's neat." But for some people, like, you're just sitting there, or like you just lose track of what's going on. Like if that was your first, for 2 of them, that was their first PvE. So they're like, "Wait, what do I do now? Or how does it work?" And like, if we had been able to play at like a faster clip, they probably would have like internalized, hey, this is the turn order thing much faster.
Yeah, I mean, also just having that many people for a PvE event is pretty crazy. 210 health? That's a lot of health to just chew through.
Yeah, it was a little spooky. We did it though. No one died, and we did 210.
Yeah, I mean, I think the PvE route was very interesting. It was a very interesting thing to do for the pre-release, and I hope to see it return for like a future sets. I mean, obviously, we don't really know what it will look like for Guilty Gear, but
Yeah,
uh,
I want one for Guilty Gear. I just want to know what it is because it could be crazy.
yeah, I mean, with yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I just hope that it's I mean, I just hope that it's fun. I guess like I don't have anything else to say. But I just hope it's just as good as this one because that you're making it sound. It sounds like it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, it
Um,
was really cool. I'm excited to go and play it again and do basically just kind of I don't know, maybe run it back if I open another Leo because you get the katana guaranteed. Um, and then like having two katanas was really cool. Like it felt really good to just go, all right, cool. I'll give +2 damage. Oh hey, it dealt damage. I'll ready them both. Okay, I'll do that again on my next attack. I'll do it again on my next attack.
well, was there a card that you saw during pre-release that was like wildly impactful that you saw? You were just like, man, this card crazy in pre-release.
Um, so the -5 damage obviously saved our butts at a few different spots where it was like, yeah, we can't block. And do that. I don't know if that card's busted, but that card was cool. And was pretty solid. Um, I'm trying to think. I actually did not open anything too crazy in mine. My two ultra rares that I opened are cool, but they didn't work for the format. They would have been way better as like versus another person.
Was one of
Um,
them disabling jab?
no, it was the Superfly one that makes your rival pick up a card,
Oh yes.
and it was the oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the other one I opened. That's the one I remember. Um, oh, and it was the mutant ally one, the one that makes you mill two, and then you pick up an ally card of
Okay.
four or less. And I just didn't have any ally. I had like one ally card. I was like, oh, this is kind of blank. I don't know that I want to play this 6 diff. That's just gonna be like a 6/7 in me. I don't think that's good enough. Um,
I mean, raw stats could be good enough in sealed format.
um, the I don't remember what reciprocate the attack that's like a 3 high 7 or like a 3 low 7 or whatever that just says, hey, if you took more damage, it's actually like a 310. Like if you took damage
Oh
last
yeah.
turn, that card was cool. Like it was very easy to turn that into a very fast, very dangerous move. I think every time anybody played it, they got retaliated. Um, so it was always for more than 10. Like I think Rocksteady played it for like 17. A
Oh
Bishop
wow.
played
Oh
it
my
for
goodness.
like 14, and Bishop doesn't even give damage. Like we, like everybody was able to, like everybody who played one was just like, yeah, man, it's double digits, no question. We took
Yeah.
damage. We're after you. We're coming for it. Um,
Yeah. So basically, whenever that attack was on the table, you pretty much were already expecting a retaliation, so you could kind of plan ahead.
and there was actually a couple of them that got played. Like Bishop played his one for played it for like 14 or 15 and then it was like I'm not gonna give it speed because now it'll get deflected. I think it stopped at 13 and he's like I'm not gonna give it speed because then it'll be 9 damage and I don't get attacked. And that'll be good enough. A 9 is plenty because he was just like I can't take an attack, I'll die.
So overall, your impression of the pre-release and the boss battle positive?
Yeah, it was super fun. I look forward to doing it again. I would like to do a regular pre-release at some point. I mean, just because I like that stuff. I don't think we're gonna do that for this one, so that's like, I guess, a bummer because I like doing that, but I also like having fun with my friends. So if they want to do the other thing, I'll just do the other thing.
Base.
Cards are cool, so yeah. I think I don't think they were juiced, but I do think there's an alt and like I think there was an alt in every single pre-release. At least for the
That's
like
wild.
Pretty good. Do you
uh,
think? Do you think that the boss battle is like better for onboarding new people than just a regular standard pre-release?
Um, in some ways, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's got different rules, because of the whole like reveal foundation thing and the whole like setup to start with. But I do think there is a level of when I joined the game and like when I got you to join the game, James, and then like when I was just starting to try and be good, or when we got Steph to finally start playing with us, that you join something like a pre-release, and if you're not really like versed in what makes a card good or bad on like the base level, you just are agreeing that you're probably going to lose 2 or 3 times. And a lot of people don't really want to just go, yeah, I'll just lose 3 matches that would have got me
Yeah.
more stuff if I could have just won. So I do think in that way you don't have to deal with that because you go, hey, we're all on the same team. So if you have a question, please ask me, and I will give you 100%. There's no question I'm going to give you the right answer. Like, because I know some people. I mean, some people are weird like that and would be like, well, you're my opponent, so I'm not going to tell you now. I'll tell you after you lose. Hey, you should have done this. Um, and like
Yeah,
at something
I
like
think in that aspect it would be pretty good to for like that because like you said, it's like if you've never even played the game before and you're like, oh, I want to play the Turtles card game, and you show up and it's like you don't know how the game works and you also don't know what cards are good or what makes a card good, and then you just kind of like put 40 cards together and send it and you just get like blown out. You're just like it's probably not a great experience, but it's if it's more cooperative. So you're like, hey, we're all building these decks. What are you building so I can maybe help build something to support it and what cards look good and things like that so we can beat the boss. I think that's like a much better new player experience.
I agree. I think the best version of that would be to do it as draft. Sealed is obviously faster, but like really just going, hey, um, like I guess if I was playing with like a bunch of newbies, like say I was just gonna be playing with 3 new people and be myself, what I would probably do is go, hey, you're gonna open all 6 of your packs and grab your characters out of them, and then set those all down in their separate piles, and then pick which character you want, and let's all draft, and then we'll all just draft the basically for the character we're after, and that way they get to play the thing they want, and kind of really sell them into that, like kind of get the best cherry picking of a first experience as possible. Be like, well, we saw all the cool Donnie cards, and you wanted to play Donnie, so they all went to you, because we're all on the same team. So why would I not? Why would I keep it? Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, I think
And so
that's a
on.
terrible idea. My only issue with that is that you're just gonna spend so much time with everybody reading cards. Because if they're new, you don't want to discourage new people from reading cards because reading cards is one of the most important things you can do. And if you don't know what a card does, you should always read the card.
For sure.
But I think overall, boss battles to me are a really fun experience, and I'm really glad they're part of the game. I think they've done boss battles very well, and I'm glad they keep putting them out for people to enjoy because I know a lot of people are having fun with them at not just pre-releases, but like at different events and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I guess I do have one complaint about this set as far as that's concerned. And that complaint is I kind of wish there was more than one. Like, it'll still be fun to fight Mega Mutant again, but like, if there had been more than one, because most of it's
Just variety.
gonna be most of us doing the same thing again. Obviously, we'll open different cards, so that'll change. But it would have just been kind of cool. Like, obviously, Crit Roll had 6, and that might have been too many. I don't know. Uh,
Well,
but it was. I mean, they were all cool.
yeah, but don't forget we've got a couple more coming in when Godzilla comes out next year, so it's definitely still going to keep getting love. James, what were you?
Well, we didn't get him in the set, so it would have been cool if we had like a Shredder boss battle. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that'd have been neat.
Oh yeah, I would have loved that actually.
But yeah, basically, that's kind of where I'm at. I was like, oh, it would have been kind of cool to have like a couple of boss battle things. Um, I'm glad that they made it because I think it's really cool in general. But it would have been neat to have more than one option. So like if it had been, I don't know, you could have done like you said Shredder. You could have done Bebop and Rocksteady as like a tag team boss battle where it's Bebop and then like when you get to the transformation section it's Rocksteady, and then like they have their different abilities and kind of like ends up being two boss fights. That could have been maybe cool. But yeah, otherwise that's like my only real complaint is I kind of wish they made more of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
Oh, so you're saying you like boss battles? Ha ha ha.
Pretty much, yeah. I was saying it was a lot of fun and I'd like to do more of them.
I mean, my only experience with boss battles was when we actually played with Brett. When he was doing the PV me, we played
Mhm.
as the crit roll characters. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Even though I died,
it
it was still a
was
good time.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was great. It was just a fun PvE experience. I'm glad that I got to have fun with Caleb in an environment that he was actually decent in. Because the boy is struggling in standard. But that's not the point. The point is PvE. I think it was fun from my one experience.
Yeah, I like PvE as a casual answer for people who want to play the game but don't necessarily want to play 1v1. You know, like Magic has like Commander, which some people would probably get mad at me for saying is casual, more casual than 1v1 standard. I don't know. Is it more casual? Who knows?
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be, but everyone was like, you know what? Let's put a dash of competitiveness in this.
Yeah. Like I like having these different formats that are supported by Universes that are just different ways to play the game and interact with the cards. You know, so like PvE is the perfect answer for someone who doesn't want to be competitive and just wants to play a game with their friends, or perfect answer to like introduce your friends to the game or your kids or anything else. So I love all these different formats and I hope they flourish.
100%.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think it would have been easier to teach a couple of people when I brought a bunch of people over to try and play the game if we had been able to just go and now we're all gonna fight something together and I'll get to just kind of walk around and help anybody who has questions. You're just kind of picking whatever deck sounds cool to you, and then I can help you learn the game, and then afterwards be like, yeah, you could play the game like this, but also you could just we could have fought each other. Oh,
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a good kind of a good balance. It gives options, which are always good. You know, if you got new people that are like apprehensive to like, I don't know. I mean, especially even if like think about like if it's your first card game ever, like going in and being like, oh, this is a pre-release tournament. I have to play against other people and stuff like that. That could be like a little daunting. So being like,
mhm.
hey, oh, we're gonna open this new set and we're just gonna PVE play against a boss. Like that's like so much more welcoming. I feel like, especially if it's like your first ever card game.
Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
just like no pressure, which is a big deal. Just
For
the
sure.
social pressure of having to meet people as opposed to the extra social pressure of trying to like defeat them at a teenager's card game.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also kind of like what you touched on earlier, Brian. I would have liked it's great, but I would have liked a bit more variety with the bosses.
Hmm.
Continuing on with TMNT here, since the set's about to be fully released, and we're going to go to our pre-release soon.
Burles. Burles.
The
Burles.
Provost, yeah.
Uh, what are they? We've kind of taken a look at the set a little bit. We're going to go over some of our favorite cards from the set. They may not be the most competitively viable. They're just the ones that look to us like they could be good, or they may be really fun to play with. Steph, did you have one that you were looking at?
Yes, but I have to pull it up. So 1 second.
Okay, that's fine. I've got one, so I'll just get started here.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
go for it.
so I do think this card could possibly be good. Um, Hang 10 is very funny. Like the response of if it's after receives a speed bonus, if its speed is 10 or greater, draw a card, ready a foundation that hasn't been readied. And it's starting at as a 6 mid for 4. I'm just like, yeah, man, what if you just hit it with a good 3-4 speed move like gain, and then just give it a bunch of incremental extra speed and just draw a bunch of cards, ready a bunch of foundations, and then I don't know, figure out a way to give it damage because it's still going to be for 4 afterwards.
Yeah, that one could be good. So it starts at a 6, and you have to get it to 10.
Yeah, if it's at after it receives a speed bonus, if its speed is 10 or greater, you draw a card and ready a foundation.
Yeah, so if you have a way to give it like you said, a bunch of incremental speed bonuses, that could be really good, especially if we have like a in like an ice gliding type card where it's like commit for +1 speed, and then you just ready it back, and nothing really happened, but you got the draw card too. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that, or it's like, okay, cool, I'll flip this to give it, it's on air, so like, I'll flip this and give it speed, and then I'll ready a different foundation, and now that foundation is readied, I'll use it to get speed.
You can ready Stable Works, and then you get to draw 2 cards.
True, that is an option. I definitely thought about it. I was like, well, we could put it in our boy Falco and be like, well, it's way more than 10, and now everything else is gravy.
Yeah,
Hey, great.
that's pretty sick.
Could be really cool. I think that card is interesting. I don't know if it's good enough, but it is cool.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard some chatter about it. It would be the biggest thing would be like, can you get it to 9 easily? And then once you do, can you continue to give it these little bonuses?
Well, it also has EX2, so like there's an option where you just like give it the one that I think people were talking about was doing it in like Deku on the move, and on his other side you +3 +3
Yeah.
+3 +3 +3, and so the second one on just lets you re-ready a foundation each one that happens.
That's actually kind of crazy.
That's fun.
Yes, so you can
Because
if you can get
you
a
only have to commit 2, so then you basically get like half. You basically only have to commit half as many cards.
Mhm.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And then they like reset it or something, and you don't care. But
You get to draw 1,000,000 cards.
yeah, for sure, you do get to draw and ready your stage up again, and have like a whole hand size, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty crazy line.
So it is something I'm kind of like keeping an eye out for. As if I hear about this happening, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. What about anybody else?
All right, Steph, did you find yours?
I did. Yeah, I have 2 that stood out to me. I don't know if they're any good, but this one might be good. This one's the one that I think like actually could be decent. It's Last Ditch Effort. It's an attack. It's a 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid block, and it's a forward mid for 4. And it says response after you discard 1 or more cards, this attack gets +2 speed. And it has a blitz that says discard 1 card, ready 1 foundation. And it's got Attune Fire. So I thought maybe it could be good in Ryu. I don't really know. I know he's got like a problem with not having a ton of speed. But then again, maybe that's not really what he's trying to do. I don't know. I just saw speed and like discarding cards, and I know that there's a lot of things that like make you discard cards in this game. So I thought maybe this would be good to make it just like super duper fast, unblockable, basically, if you have all these triggers.
Yeah, I mean, on the fire symbol, you get the cards that like reward you for discarding as well. You get like Feral Shriek and Wish Hard and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like readying 1 foundation when you discard the card, like that's pretty cool. It just helps you play your next attack.
It also the wording just says ready 1 foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep readying the same foundation that you've already used.
Well,
Yeah.
the blitz is the only thing that readies.
Oh, the split,
You're just gonna get speed over and over as your response.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can slam a bunch of damage
on
on it, you can easily go, okay, cool, it's for 1,000,000, and now I'm gonna give it speed over and over from discarding my hand.
Yeah,
From
I had them
discarding my
crossed.
hand
I was
by
about to
pieces.
say, it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna find these triggers to just keep readying this 1 card. Like, all right, damage. All right, I'm gonna ready it. Damage. Gonna ready it. Damage.
No, that'd be crazy.
And it's also enhances our once per attack, so you wouldn't be able to do that, but
Yeah.
maybe you
That's true.
should.
It'd be kind of cool in something like Paul, who like discards on their like anybody that kind of discards on their
Yeah,
face.
that's
Like you
true.
can say, hey,
Like
I'm gonna
Raphael.
discard this. Yeah,
Yeah.
Raphael, obviously. You like discard this. I'm gonna give it stun 2. I'll respond to also give it 2 speed, and I'll respond to remove it to draw a card. Like there's just a lot of value there.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. And then there is another one that I just like as a concept. that isn't necessarily good. It's a Scumbag Inscrutable Insect. It's a backup. It's with
Oh, mhm.
six health. Huh?
I was gonna say I know who you're talking about. It's a Scumbug, I think, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was just Scumbag. Well, it's okay. Scumbug is better.
Scumbag.
Scumbag. Yeah, it's a 4-check or 5-check for difficulty 0 mid block, and it says, oh, it's elusive, so you can't attack it on the first turn. And or whatever that means. I don't remember. What does elusive mean?
That was it
The
basically.
first attack each turn can't target
Right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says enhance. Look at the top card of a player's deck. You may have that player mill 1. Response after this backup is attacked. Draw 1 card. So it's kind of just either looking at top of your deck or looking at the top of your opponent's deck and like interacting with it. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I also like that his name is Scumbag, Scumbug, whatever.
Well, it's funny because it's a backup. You don't really like the pink, purple, magenta cards,
I don't.
This one's
but
black.
also it is it does have the response that anytime it swings at it, you get to draw a card. So if you have ways to just keep it alive and they just want to keep swinging at it, you just get cards.
I imagine eventually they'd figure it out what your game plan is.
Well, at that
but
point, they
it's
just
something.
animate shot to remove it so you don't draw. But...
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's funny in Critical Role. I thought I would like backup decks because I saw like Harness Undeath, and then they kept releasing like more backups, and I was like, if I play backups, that's more cards that I have to read and like resources to keep track of, and I just decided I don't really like backups that much. But I would be willing to run like one backup for the right character, you know.
For the right reasons.
Yeah.
Thanks for reducing mental load. I can't handle this mental load.
The mental load is high.
All right. Who's next?
I actually have a couple cards. One of them I think is just kind of something that everyone saw coming because I just wouldn't shut up about Donatello. Disabling Jab is his UR, and I'm still not sure if the 2-check is worth it for this card. But I think the blitz to be able to spend a momentum to have your rival discard a card and you get to turn off a foundation is pretty good in just one ability. Seems pretty good. Also, it has the versatile effect of when you block with it, you get to flip the attack that it blocked. So if it has like a card pull effect or any meaningful reason to be in the card pull, like for combos or anything, you just say, no, you don't get that. It's not there anymore. I like it. It's also a 5/5, which is an average stat for a UR, I feel like. And then Donatello can just give it a bunch of damage depending on assets. So I think it could be pretty good. And my other card is actually a Michelangelo card, Momentum Shift. It's another UR. As the blitz that it clears all other cards from your rival's card pool.
Oh, is that
and it
one?
gets 2 damage for each card cleared that way.
Yeah, their card pool.
Also,
Something
it
like
has
that.
the card pull response that whenever it's not blocked, when your attack is not blocked, your rival loses the momentum. So if you block Mikey's attacks, his next one gets faster. So the more you try to block Mikey's attacks, the more awkward it gets for you. And the momentum shift just says, hey, I'm playing this at the end of a string. I'm going to clear your cards. This is getting massive damage. It also has EX2, so you can make it faster. I think the card's very neat.
You think it's neat? Just neat? That's okay.
Momentum shift, and this card has momentum 8 on it. You're shifting the momentum to the discard pile.
And then also you can shift your own momentum to the discard pile because it has EX.
True.
So true.
It's definitely shifting momentum. What's that?
Oh, caught that
Good.
No.
in 4K. I'm writing down the
Keep it.
timestamp now.
All right, Jake.
All right, listen. I've picked the best card to ever be added to the game, Universus.
He didn't do his homework.
There's no other card that could possibly be this good. I'm not stalling for time. You're stalling for time.
I have a
I'm
second
actually-
one if I need to.
I'm actually going to talk about Ford Flip Slide. And the
randomly found the first card he could find.
No, I was going to talk about this card anyway. Don't tell anybody. No, I think this card's actually sick because as it's no surprise to everybody, I've been wanting to play Leo. And I think this card's really neat because what it does is it's a 4 difficulty, 3 check with a 1 high block. It's a 1 high for 2 with Echo, EX2, and Powerful 2 that says you may mill 1 as though you were spending 1 momentum each time you pay for this attack's EX and or powerful abilities. So with Leonardo, you can set up the attack you're currently using or the next one. So all of these mills you could use to stack up on the next attack that you echo with it and get this card twice while still using the powerful and EX on it. So you're gonna mill 1 for powerful 2, making it a 4 damage move and putting the damage on the next one or on this one if you want to pump this one. And then you're going to mill 1 for EX2, making it a 3 high for 5. Or actually, you're then making it a 3 high for 6. Because you'll get and if you're using it on this one, or you're adding 2 damage to the next one. And there's that one card that it works really well with in this set that sets the speed and damage of all the moves in your card pool to 4. So you could make this a 4 high for 4, that then is going to get a bunch of stats, and then it echoes, does it again, and you can either set up your next one for the dunk, or you can set this one up and force them to block it, and then do it again. And it's a 4 difficulty, so you can play it wherever you want in the string.
Yeah, that's pretty good, especially with the make everything a 4/4 combo. That could be pretty good as well. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you cook up with Leo for sure, because like the more you talk about it, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a pretty interesting character. It's one of those ones where I have to kind of see it in action before I can like fully visualize it. I'm last here. So the one that I've got, I've kind of been looking at it ever since it got revealed. I think we talked about it previously, but it's just Trash the City. It's the scheme that lets you first form seal one of their foundations, and then a response from the card pool after you play an attack, your rival commits 1 foundation. I don't know. I just feel like that's really strong, especially if you're trying to play like anybody that wants to string super hard, or even just like any 7-hander that just like has the extra card in hand. You know, Trash the City eating that up doesn't really hurt them. Basically saying, I'm going to turn off your best foundation. I get sacrificed for the cause as a first form, and then also all my attacks have stun 1. I don't know. I just feel like that feels really strong, and I'm trying to find a deck that I'm going to put it in.
Is it actually like stun 1? Like, is it the keyword stun 1, or
no? It's after you play an attack, your rival commits 1. It's Toga 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you just flipped the square card. Don't say that word.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, for sure. Which would be my second card, because everybody else did 2, except for James. But no one cares about James, so we're moving on.
I didn't.
Yeah, but that's because you were stalling for time and didn't do your homework.
Yeah, you got a second card, though?
Yeah, so this one I don't think is necessarily going to be good the way that like some of these other cards were, is Mollywop. Mostly because it says Mollywop, and I think it's a fun word.
Because it's
but I'm getting Mollywop. Its ability is interesting. The response -2 to your rival's next check to play an attack when you block with it is totally good. It just doesn't. For me, it mentally doesn't fit with the whole mollywopping thing. But I just see the art and I was like, oh yeah, that part of the movie was really funny.
How funny was that part of the movie, Brian?
Really funny. That's why I said that. But yeah, Mollywop. It's funny. That's why I like it. The response could be good too, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't make them fail the check, so otherwise I guess they would have just put breaker on it. But
yeah, correct. Well, they did it that way so that it's specifically an attack and not just anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if it was like a Keiko's or whatever, where it made them fail, if they failed it, like that would actually be crazy good.
One of the other cards has basically Keiko's on it. It's blocking, it's Keiko's, +2 difficulty. But I don't remember which one now.
I think mine is. So I've got one more here. I think mine's just going to be a classic shopping list. It's very funny seeing all of those keywords on the same card, and it's very funny with Patchwork Baby. So
Mhm,
yeah, I don't know.
mhm.
I saw that card because obviously people talked about like Tavern Brawl before that had a bunch of keywords on it, and then Shopping List has even more. So it's very silly, especially when I was like scrolling through UVS the first time and I saw that and just saw the line of keyword text. And I was like, sure, I guess we'll play this with Patchwork.
Heck yeah. I do have a honorable mention, and I've joked about it for a little
An
bit.
honorable third card.
Yeah, honorable third card. It's actually don't say that word. The Splinter Foundation.
Oh, I think that
you
card's
just-
gonna possibly be really good.
yes, like you response flip after the combat phase begins. After your rival's combat phase begins, you declare a keyword, and that keyword cannot be played for the turn. Like that's very good. You keep your opponent from stunning. You keep your opponent from using powerful if they need damage to kill you, or EX if they need speed to kill you. I think that card has potential to be really good.
And really cool, it doesn't have a block mod.
It doesn't. I actually didn't even realize that.
That's intentional. That's not an accident. Like more power.
No, because the game's had no block mod cards before, and even in this set,
All
I
the
don't. I
schemes.
think all this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the schemes don't have block mods. I know at least two of them don't have block mods.
All three schemes don't have it, and then that one, and I think there might be one more, but I would have to look and find it because I don't know for sure.
Yeah, my card is gonna be don't say that word. I think I'm gonna pick that one. I think it's got a lot of practical uses, and I think that it's very good. I think we'll see it as a meta defining card.
Sure.
I think I think its flip effect is very relevant, especially when somebody goes to use a keyword, like powerful or something, or like the Patchwork Baby scenario where you're just gonna go, nah.
You are literally copying my homework right now.
I don't know what you're talking.
But he was
about.
vaguely trying to make it different.
Maybe Andrew, if you'd contribute to the conversation and not sit there with bated breath,
Oh,
then
Maybe if you weren't falling asleep, Andrew.
oh my bad. The pizza party's just been freaking so good. I had to rest, man.
Pizza hit different.
pizza hit different. So yeah, I think that's gonna be my second card. Is don't use that word.
Sure.
Alrighty then. Well, speaking of resting,
Wait, hold on. Did you guys know that don't use that word does not have a block modifier?
oh shoot,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's intentional. It's not like a errata. They've already done the errata for the set. So this is intentional. It's staying this way, baby.
yeah, they've had cards without block mods before, so
Have they?
yeah.
Like what? Genkai's training.
Genkai's training, that's what it was.
There you
I was
go.
like, training with Genkai?
Scary detective.
Genkai's guidance? No, not that one.
Wait, so no block mod. You can't block with it?
Correct.
Is that
Correct.
what that
You're
means?
not allowed to block
Does
with
it say anywhere on the card cannot be used to
Well, it
block?
doesn't have a block mod, so it can't be.
Oh, is that what that means? Okay.
I mean, yeah, like you would, I block, and you're like, what zone is it?
Every zone.
Every zone, all of yes.
Oh.
It's an
Okay.
omni block? Damn.
My mother is telling me that I cannot block with this card.
With that, we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. We are all very excited for, well, everyone but Stephanie is all excited for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Again, that will be coming out on August 15th. Pre-releases, make sure you go and we'll be going to ours this coming Tuesday. So hopefully we'll have something to say about that. But I do want to thank you very much for listening. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you went to one of your pre-releases and how it went. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you very much.
Rate the podcast. Give us
we
some
appreciate
stars
it.
on there. We appreciate it, and we appreciate your support. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, I've been James.
No, you're the last one.
I am the last one?
You have to be the last one.
Darn. All right. Well, who else is here?
That's it.
I'm the other guy.
Okay.